Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode as we have two huge games coming up in terms of the Champions League and of course the Premier League. Juventus in the first knockout round second leg before we take on Man City in the Premier League. Both of these games are pivotal in our attempts to win both titles this season. So I think first things first, let's go through what's happened since you guys were last here. But as I click into it, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we are bearing down on 30,000 subscribers now, which is not too bad going, I must say. Right, you were last here of course for the EFL Cup final where we beat Crystal Palace 4-2. In between episodes, we've played two games. As you can see, an FA Cup 5th round game against Sheffield United with Munoz and Randy Ramheimer getting themselves on the score sheet before Munoz and Pereira get themselves on a score sheet in both 2-1 wins over Sheffield and Brentford there. Following that, we've seen two goals from young striker Munoz, which is great. One of them in a 2-1 victory over Sheffield United in the FA Cup 5th round, and the other one in a 2-1 victory over Brentford in the Premier League. So still going strong in the FA Cup. Quarterfinals against Liverpool or Arsenal, that could be a little bit tricky, I must say. But the Premier League, as you can see, well, we're still going strong. We're still looking good. We are 5 points off the top still, as you can see. But we're getting closer to Newcastle and Man City. We have gained a few points on these guys recently, particularly Newcastle drawing their game from in between episodes as well. So that's quite good. Obviously, Man City we're playing against today. If we beat them, we will go ahead of them in the Premier League table. But as you can see, they've won 5 of their last 5 games. They are the in-form team right now. But we'll talk more about the Premier League after we get through this second leg against Juventus. So a couple episodes ago, we beat them 2-1 at their place. Today, I'd like to think at our place, we can do a good job and beat them and get ourselves into the Champions League quarter-finals. This is the team that should be doing it, and it is the strongest team we have available to us. Mansell in goal with Aït-Nouri, Arian B, Luis Felipe and Neto in the back line. Martinez, Alparslan, Paniotov and Daniel Patrick in the midfield, with Nice and Pereira leading the line. And so as kickoff is upon us here today, this is huge for us as a club. We are less than 90 minutes away from qualifying for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And I kind of said that was my minimum. I wanted to get to the quarterfinals this season. That was the minimum expectation for me because we won the Premier League last season. Yes, we got very lucky with other clubs just not playing very well at all, but we won the Premier League, which to me makes us one of the best teams in Europe. So I'd like to think we should be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League just based on that. Now, right down the bottom end of the screen here, I can see Aït-Nouri is off the pitch with a slight knock. So potentially we might take him off the pitch if that knock is bad enough. But it's going to open up a lot of room on this side of the pitch for Juventus to come through if they choose to. They don't. They go via Kulusevski instead, whose shot is blocked by, Luis Felipe, sorry. And he puts it off for a corner. So the first highlight of this game is not looking quite so good for us. And just behind my head, I've had a little notification telling me that Aït-Nouri should probably come off the pitch. So let's bring him off for Serginho Dest, who can play on that left-hand side, and see how well he performed as Aït-Nouri gets the ball into Alparslan just before he's about to come off the pitch, as Alparslan into Frank Nice, across to Daniel Patrick. Daniel Patrick can't find that killer ball forward, but Martinez can. Pereira in the area, pushed wide, is offside. And is this highlight just for the it is just for the substitute? Oh. Okay, well, I was getting very excited then at the prospect of us scoring a goal there. But we're not going to. And 36 minutes on the clock, Juventus now have a chance in the penalty area. A free shot on goal. Locatelli just completely unmarked. He puts it in the back of the net. And that's 2-2 on aggregate right now. Okay, well, that's far from ideal for us. If we can grab a goal just before half-time, that would be wonderful. But this is a very good Juventus side, clearly, and they are pushing us all the way. But we scored 2 goals at their place. We can score some goals at our place, surely. And if Paniotov's shot there was just a little bit more powerful, potentially that could have gone flying into the back of the net. But at half-time, the match very, very even in terms of shots, possession, XG. 2 very evenly matched teams. We go into the break behind though. I'm going to thrash the arms. Not good enough, I'm going to say out there. And we need to maybe shout demand more right at the start of the second half and go a little bit more attacking actually. I'll do both of those things to see if it can just ignite something in this team. It's supposedly, on paper, our strongest team, but they're not really showing it today, as a poor free kick there is cleared by Juventus, and Locatelli can find Rebergen, our former player Rebergen, saved by Mantle. You love to see it. You know, I love Rebergen. I love him so much. He was on loan with us for a long time, was a key part of our team as we were developing as a club. But if he's the player that knocks us out of the Champions League, all of my love and admiration for him will go out of the window completely. 64 minutes on the clock, 25 to go. I think subs are going to be needed in a moment's time or so to change something in this team as Daniel Patrick tries a killer ball through to Pereira, who's in the penalty area. 3 players arriving in there alongside him, but his ball into the middle is not good. And we can't win it at the back. We do win it, though, with Luis Felipe's interception. And we are building once again through a centre of the pitch. Pereira finds Nice. Nice is through. Nice puts it in the back of the net, but the referee is talking about VAR. Right. Personally, I think it was tight, and he might actually have awarded. Okay, because this is very tight, actually. Obviously, someone's played him onside here, I feel. Oh, now that is really tight. We'll see it better when it comes through. But that is actually a lot tighter than I thought. He looked offside on that replay. Obviously, he's not. Obviously, the pass must be inch perfect here. Oh my... Okay, he is offside. I mean, in the 3D match engine, he's offside. 100% offside. But if we go to the... Up here, right, and we go to the 2D match engine instead. That's on... Hang on. Sideline, replace 2D match engine. In the 2D match engine, he's onside, as you can see. It's different. I mean, we'll take the goal, but I feel a little bit dirty taking that goal. With 20 minutes to go in this game, we will make changes in a moment's time, though. But we have the goal that we need to take us through to the quarterfinals as it stands right now. But 20 minutes is a long time in football. But poor play at the back there for Juventus puts Frank Nice through into Panayotov, and Panayotov shot saved by the keeper. And it was actually offside, that one. The referee and linesman did flag for it. Daniel Patrick's going to come off, I think, for Vasco Sousa, who's going to come on to play a little bit. Panayotov not playing brilliantly, but did have a good chance just a second ago. I'm tempted to bring Nopadon at the back instead of Arian Thieves on a 6.4, not playing particularly well. Let's just have a bit of fresh legs at the back just to try and help us out a little bit. As the corner for Juventus is cleared, Locatelli gets the ball at the back. We should probably come off attacking in a moment's time as well, actually. Let's watch this highlight play out first in case they score a goal. We might have to stay on attacking. No, Panayotov on a counter-attack then, using some pace to get clear of the defenders. Gets past the challenge there, finds Vasco Sousa, the substitute, who can ping a ball backwards to Neto. Not the greatest ball in the world, that, but we do hold on to possession at least as Martinez, Alparslan, Serginho Dest across to no one, cleared, but back to Dest. Dest once again trying to get it forward to Alparslan this side, who can put a ball into Dest. Dest to shoot. Dest not to score, right. We'll drop back to positive and we'll shout encourage at the team for the final 20 minutes just to see if it's not worked, because their facial reactions down here have not looked great. Panayotov really upset and Luis Felipe really upset about something there. But hopefully with 7 minutes to go plus stoppage time, it's going to be enough, as that ball to Pereira is superb. And oh my goodness, how has Pereira not finished that one off? Great goalkeeping there from the Juventus keeper just to try and keep them in this game. This one has been intense and it's going down to the wire, and I don't know which way it's going to go as Nopadon's header is just wide of the mark there. You hate to see it. And here comes the Juventus corner. Cleared. But for how long? Hang on, have they also got Jan Patrick? It is a former player of ours, Jan Patrick. He must have come off the bench. I didn't see him starting in this game. Gives the ball to Kulusevski, who scores an absolutely incredible goal from distance. That is unstoppable from him. Wrexham 1, Juventus 2, and it looks like we're going to be going to extra time. I can't believe Jan Patrick also plays for this great Juventus team. Because he was... I feel like we let him go very early on, Jan Patrick. We let him go for 10 million. We had him for a season, let him go to Brighton. We went to Derby in the Championship. He's actually... Oh no, he's still a Brighton player, but he's on loan at Juventus. That makes more sense now, potentially. But clearly an important part of this Juventus team, and he's just got them the goal against his former club where he didn't really have a great time because we didn't like him that much. And by looks of things, he's sending this game to extra time, which is not good for us, particularly with that Man City game coming up in a few days' time. Right, we're going to go a bit more attacking to start, not opponent's instructions. We're going to click on, if I could actually work, click attacking. I'm going to shout demands more. We've taken the game quite, nicely. We've had a lot more shots than Juventus. We are looking like the stronger team compared to what it was at half-time. But we need to break the deadlock here with Panayotov. His ball back to Dest. Dest into Martinez, who holds on to possession ahead of Locatelli. Over to Vasco. Vasco to Neto. And if Neto can just find a ball across to one of our strikers, who really should have scored in that second half. We had so many good opportunities. Alparslan's header saved by the keeper, who's 36 and is really, really good. Better than Mantle. I've scouted him out quite a few times, but the fact he's 36 makes me think he's going to drop off a cliff anytime soon and retire soon as well. The highlight is continuing, but we do win the ball off Vanderson, who's my right back actually in the Anderlecht save I've got on stream, which is quite a bit of it. I always said it used to be our former player, but I've got him in Anderlecht. That's why I recognise him. Nice's ball to Pereira is good. And Pereira gets his 34th of this season. Now, I'm not going to celebrate too much because there is a long way still to go in this game. But we've taken the lead again on aggregate. It's a great ball from Nice, by the way, this. Look at this. For a ball, that's superb from him. And Pereira finishing that one off nicely. If he could have done that in 90 minutes, that would have been a lot nicer. But at half-time and extra time, we are 4-3 up on aggregate. And there's a highlight straight from kickoff in the second period of extra time as Frank Nice on the ball. Can he find a killer ball to, not quite, Vasco Sousa, but Neto collects the loose ball. Vasco turns, runs down towards the corner flag, puts the ball into Alparslan. His header is powerful. Pereira hits the post. How have we not scored a goal there? It's moments like that that make me think this just isn't going to be our day somehow. Vasco Sousa goes down, just like the first leg. I feel like we should have had a penalty. That one not quite so clear-cut for me. But if they score off this, I will be demanding a penalty and I will be slating the referee for it. Here come Juventus again. Can they pull it back again? Not quite like that as Nice wins Mantle's ball. Nice into Pereira. Pereira turns into Vasco, into Panayotov has been brought down. How's that not a free kick or anything like that? We've not scored. Referee, Panayotov was brought down by a wrestling move there. I can't believe this referee, who is just all over Juventus. He loves them, doesn't he? I can't believe what we've seen. A penalty shout down there, a red card shout there for just bringing down Panayotov for the sake of it. And his ball through to Vasco's good. Vasco makes it 3-2 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate with 8 minutes to go. Surely now, they cannot get themselves back into this game. Surely now, we've made it to the quarterfinals. And this is a superb ball, by the way, as eventually that run from Vasco is just unchecked by anyone. He gets through, takes the shot. The man for the big moments. A highlight straight from kickoff. I mean, just let's not concede. I don't want to have to go down to one goal in it again and then potentially penalties. Let's just defend well or score a goal ourselves. That'd be quite nice too, wouldn't it? We could just score a goal ourselves. But the pressure of this right now is getting to me. I can't imagine how it's going to get to these players right now. It's a big, big game, this. Martinez finds a great ball through to Pereira. A great ball from deep, that one. And Pereira, can he find a killer ball into Nice? He does. Who puts it in the back of the net? That is that. We're through. There's no way Juventus are scoring 3 goals at least in 6 minutes past us right now. Not a single chance at all. Great play here from Pereira to not be selfish, actually, and try and cut into the middle. Just cuts the ball back to Nice in the back of the net. Okay, right. Well, fingers crossed that's the last we're going to see of the highlights now. And by looks of things it is. We win 4-2 on the night. We made it very, very difficult for ourselves. But we win 6-3 on aggregate against Juventus. Into the quarterfinals. So Rayan Aït-Nouri out for 2 weeks with a pulled thigh. Serginho Dest actually had a really good game when he came on too, so I don't think we can be too worried about that injury for now. Also, £8.2 million for playing in the first knockout round, which is great. So we should get about £10 million from the quarterfinals or so. Not entirely sure when the draw is going to be. It must be in the next week or so. Friday, the 18th of March. So we'll play the Man City game, and then, yeah, it comes through there. So, plenty of excitement still to come today. Oh, no. I know what I've not done. I literally had it in my head that I need to rest the players for 2 days. I got a bit too trigger happy on the mouse, and I've realised I've not rested any of these players. Well, I mean, Ryan Nuri can't play, so we'll swap him with Dest. And that's a fit player in there. Arian B's actually looking quite fit, to be fair, as well. I'll tell you who we'll put on the pitch. Vasco Sousa. We'll bring him on. He played very well last game. Everyone else, though, I kind of do want to keep playing. They're not too tired. They should be okay. But this is a huge game against Man City. So we've got to do it. So as kickoff is upon us here today, we are at home today. I'll get the league table up so you can see the league table as things change in this game week. But we are at home today. That's the advantage. Man City didn't have a Champions League game midweek because they didn't get European football last season, I don't think. I don't recall them doing that at least. So their players are not going to be quite as tired as our players, which is going to count against us. But we learnt our lessons from earlier on in the season playing a rotated team against Man City. It doesn't always work very well. So we're playing the full strength team today, even though they are very tired at half time already. No highlights at all thus far in this, which is good for us because I would take a draw. I would take a draw against this Man City team who are doing really well. But of course a win would overtake Man City in the league table. It would be great for us and our championship hopes and Panayotov. What a move that was, by the way. Now, the referee is saying that Pereira was probably offside there, potentially. And if that is so upsetting because that was one of the best goals I've seen in this match engine. Goal awarded. You love to see it. So, Neto's throw. Down to Pereira, into Vasco. Vasco runs forward, dodges the challenge, chips it forward. Pereira nods it back to Panayotov, who takes a volley with the ball behind his body, puts it in the top corner. That's a superb goal. And it puts us 1-0 up against Man City. Come on, show me why that recent praise is justified. The result as it stands right now keeps us at 4 points behind Liverpool by the looks of things. That's there. Was it 5 points? I didn't see what points they're on. I think it's 5 points behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Newcastle, 1 point ahead of Man City. We are slowly starting to claw back that top position that we so desperately crave as Panayotov's long distance shot there makes his 11th of this season. That's a shot you don't stop. And either side of half time, Panayotov has scored some cracking goals here to give us the lead over Man City in a game that could be pivotal in our championship hunt. Also, subs are going to be needed at some point in this second half, probably quite early on. Obviously, we can only make 3, so we'll have to make some clever ones. Nice will probably come off the pitch. I know he's very, very tired, so we'll bring Randy Ramheimer on instead for him as that killer ball through, not quite killer enough, as Man City look to come away with it instead. If we can just keep a clean sheet here today, this will be great for our defensive morale. Like, it would do a lot for our defence, particularly after conceding a few goals to Juventus that maybe we shouldn't have conceded. But if we can keep a clean sheet here today, it would be great. And the 2-goal lead we have is crucial, as luckily Man City don't score there. Okay, well, Nice also not playing particularly well on a 6.8. We'll take him off the pitch in a moment's time after this highlight. We'll see what happens as our former player, George Rankin, just scores for... Oh, unlucky there, Panayotov. He just scored for Man United. It popped up behind my head. So good to see our former players doing quite well. Frank Nice, off you come for Randy Ramheimer. We will also take Yilmaz Turk off for Asper. And one more change, maybe in the back line. This time, Luis Felipe off for Nopodon, just to make sure we've got a bit of fitness in the back line. But there's still half an hour to go in this game, and a lot can happen as Karim Adeyemi's been put through Mantle with a huge save there to stop Adeyemi from scoring a goal. This Man City team is just so stacked. I can't believe they don't run away with the league every single season when they've got a team with like Barella, Adeyemi, Haaland, Musiala. They've got such a stacked team. I mean, at this stage, they're probably all in their sort of early 30s. So maybe they're a bit old now, potentially, but still, they should still be dominating with these sorts of players. Instead, it's Randy Ramheimer who is dominating Man City instead. The Welsh regen who we absolutely love. But we seem to have done enough for now. Let's not talk too soon, Tom. I realise I was talking way too soon, 25 minutes ago in this game still. As the ball into the middle, It's cleared away from the back, but not for long, as Felipe on that far side has a ball at his feet. Closed down pretty quickly, so couldn't get the cross into the middle. Is forced backwards towards Declan Rice, but does get the ball through to Adeyemi, who tries to chip Mansell, who was wise to it, stood tall, and collected that ball nicely. Okay. Liverpool only 1-0 up against Villa right now, by the way. That's pretty tight. Newcastle 3 up against Brentford, so that's a one game. But Villa could pull one back at the end, and if they could, that would be lovely for us. Come on, Aston Villa. Please do something at home, particularly as they are chasing a top half finish this season. Luckily for us, we've done the business. Villa can't quite do the business against Liverpool, but that is a huge win for us in our title fight this season. A big win against a rival. And now, all we have to do is find out our fate in the Champions League. Also, nice to have a full week off in between fixtures. Our players are going to absolutely love having this week off. Also, apparently we're meant to play our FA Cup quarter-final when we play Southampton. Youth intake day, by the way. And again, it's nothing special. A 4-star player here in Tony Russell on the right wing. But at this stage of the save, when we're winding it down, I guess these youth players aren't going to have much of an impact on the team anyway. But it's nice to see a 20 determination play coming through. But also, just say FA Cup quarterfinals meant to be played on the weekends, but we're playing Southampton in the Premier League, so I guess the replay for Arsenal-Liverpool's not been played yet. I mean, I guess they're playing on the Wednesday, and that's quite handy for us. You know, if they have to play and we have a whole week off in between games, that's pretty good for us, right? Yeah, here it is, the FA Cup 5th round replay. We're facing the winner of Arsenal v Liverpool. And this is handy. If our game gets rearranged and we played on the Saturday, they've not got much time to get fit for that game. And in the end, Arsenal win it. Okay, so we're going to play Arsenal, who we just about beat in the semi-finals of the League Cup. They're going to want revenge here today after their 3-1 win over Liverpool. And there we go, the fixture has been changed to the Arsenal game. So we'll do that one off camera because we've won the FA Cup before. We're not too fussed about doing earlier rounds of the FA Cup on an episode. But we're here, the 18th of March. This is the day when we're meant to find out who we're going to face in the Champions League quarter-final. And if we get past that, the semi-final. Okay. Teams as varied as Bayern Munich and Barcelona, with Wrexham and Brighton, who are still in a relegation battle. They're bottom of the Premier League table, and yet they're still in the Champions League. Imagine if they win it and then get relegated from the Premier League. That'd be pretty mental, wouldn't it? Let's view the draw then. Who are we going to get? Real Madrid, Wrexham. Well, we've beaten Real Madrid before. We have beaten Real Madrid before, and we've avoided teams like Bayern and PSG, which is quite nice. But what about the semi-final? If we get past Real Madrid, please not Barca or PSG. Or Man United or Bayern. Okay, if we get past Real Madrid, it's Liverpool or Brighton we could be facing. And that's a much kinder side of a draw, I feel. Because we know we can beat those two teams. PSG and Bayern, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure we could beat them, if I'm honest with you. Particularly with Bayern runners-up not too long ago. And actually, PSG have not made a final since 2023-24, despite them having an insane team. I've also just seen Juventus won the tournament last season. So we just beat the holders of the Champions League. I didn't realise that. Okay. Well, this has given me a lot more hope. A lot more hope, I must say. We will be back next time for both Real Madrid games, which I'm very excited for. But suddenly, this Champions League now feels winnable. Surely not. Surely let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I feel like it's winnable. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe if you're new around town and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.